Hello everyone. This is a completely unscripted video. I don't script any of my videos, but I wanted to talk a little about something that I was just thinking about and that would be the difference between materialism and enjoying aesthetics or being aesthetically sensitive. And the reason I want to talk about this is because there are some people who see like people who accumulate knickknacks or fashion or anything else that they like to collect as some kind of almost like it is evil, in that being minimalistic or something like that is some kind of virtue. And in my opinion, it's a preference. And I just want to talk about why I think that that is wrong, and the difference between genuinely being materialistic and competitive and enjoying the difference between that and enjoying finding vintage things or trinkets or other things that you enjoy for yourself. Now, for me, the biggest difference is I'm someone who likes antique stores. I like to decorate. I love fashion. And for me, this is one of my many means of self-expression. I used to be a big artist in the past. I like to write books. I like to express myself. It is probably the thing that I do the most. Everything I touch has to have me thrown up on it. Like my room, I redid my room in a way that made me feel comfortable. I dress in a way that makes me comfortable and makes me happy and gives me joy. I find things that will give me joy and make me feel happy. I don't do these things for other people. And I think that's the biggest difference between materialism and enjoying aesthetics and being aesthetically sensitive. Anytime I look at potential cars or houses for my future, because I am a college student, I am working on a big future for myself. I want to have good experiences. I want to travel. I want to learn. I want to read a lot of books. I want to do a lot of things. And I want a really awesome future. And I want a future with my current boyfriend. I hope everything works out, but I think that's what everyone wants, is a good future where they get to be themselves, get to have the confidence to be themselves. And anytime I look at houses or cars or anything, I think about how it looks and how I can make it look. And I really like old things. Like, I like to joke on this channel. My name is Bella's Crusty Closet because of my love of vintage things. I love old things. I really do. And I like to collect them, and I want everything I have to be old. That sounds hilarious, but I worked at an antique store. I currently consign at a consignment store, and I just value this nostalgia and this sharing of things that bring you joy. That is what I value. That is one of my values. And the weird thing is that it's nothing like a lot of people in my life. Like, my boyfriend is very satisfied by things being the bare minimum. He's not really into aesthetics and doesn't he's mostly into utility, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's a good balance, because sometimes I do have some spending problems. It's not as bad as it could be. I have money, don't worry. I am okay financially, even though I'm unemployed right now. I am fine. So that isn't really a problem, but I do get spending impulses, and I'm trying to work on that. But the thing that does make it a problem, and has made it a problem for me, which turns aesthetic sensitivity into materialism, is the fear of missing out and feeling like you have to participate in trends and trying to be the coolest person, trying to be untrue to yourself so that you get attention. And to me, that is the biggest difference between being aesthetically sensitive and being materialistic. I no longer participate in trends. There are so many trends that I will never fall for. And in some ways, I pride myself in not falling for them, which I probably shouldn't do that, but I can't help but be like, I didn't fall for the Labubus. I can't help but feel that way sometimes. But I think the difference is your intent, is your, like, the feelings that you feel in your heart. Like, this is a new shirt, but it came from my boyfriend's mom. And like, I love this. And like, my grandma was more similar to me. Like, my mom is a bit more minimalistic, timeless kind of person, whereas I'm more fun and I like to decorate and I like to be a bit out there just a little bit. I'm a little more minimalistic than I was last year. Last year I was a crazy maximalist, but there's only so much clutter I can handle, so I'm trying to find a good balance. And to me, that's just human. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to, change your style and to find things that you're comfortable with. It's about, for me, it's a journey of self-expression. Fashion is decorating my room. If I one day have a house, decorating my house. I dream about getting, like, there's a Cadillac from 2002 on sale that I saw, and it was very cheap for a used car, very low miles, and I mean, I'm tempted to go look at it. I don't know if I'll get it, but I really do want a car, and it's beautiful, and it's old. Like, I just have these desires that, and these desires also come from sustainability. They come from preserving what is beautiful. They come from, just preserving, the stuff that my family has, or that my grandma on my mom's side has, and what she loves. Like, it comes from those desires, from the old books I read by, like, I love Jane Austen and Shakespeare, and right now I'm reading George Eliot. Like, it comes from this place of nostalgia and self-expression. That is the things that I'm obsessed with, and it's a part of my identity at this point. But I think some people see me and see the way that I dress and the way I spend and the way I spend my time. They see it as some kind of consumeristic, materialistic thing, even though I don't condone shopping on Amazon. I did shop at a mall the other day, but I tried to make sure I only bought things that I knew that I was going to wear and were a bit more timeless and that I knew I would love for years. So I hope that I did make that decision correctly. But I try to be mindful. I'm not a purist, but I try to be mindful. And I don't do trips like that very frequently. I do that once a year, twice a year at the most. And most of the time I thrift. I go to antique stores. I care about who we choose to support. And in an age where self-expression and creativity is on the decline, I think it is important to be comfortable with yourself and to find out who it is you want to be, away from everyone else telling you what is the latest trend, what you should be doing, and what you should look like. Which is why I wouldn't want to fall for anything I shouldn't fall for. Like, I used Labubus as an example. If someone likes collecting Labubus, that's wonderful. I used to collect Littlest Pet Shops and American Girl dolls. I don't do that anymore, but I used to. It was a part of my life. And now I've moved on to fashion, and then for a while I was into art supplies and making art. And it's just an evolution. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying beautiful things, as long as it does not come from a place of competition and attention seeking behavior. That's my 2 cents. Have a good day, guys.